evening, everyone, and welcome along to Flyers TV. It's ENBL action this evening as the Flyers have made the trip to Romania to take on CSO Voluntari. The Flyers are 2 from 2 on the road in Europe this season, but tonight will be their toughest test yet as they face last year's ENBL Champions, who are out to secure their playoff place with a win this evening. Alongside me for this one is former Flyers captain Gareth Till. Tilly, great to have you along for this one. A tough matchup for the Flyers this evening, but I'm sure a challenge that they will be relishing.
Yeah, they'll be relishing getting their competition, as he's mentioned. Reigning champions, also got to the final back in 2004 as well, so high pedigree. He's currently sitting 4th in domestic league, so Voluntari, a real tough team. But yeah, this is what we're in this European competition for, to play against these top quality sides in Europe.
And obviously off the back of a good performance against London, just coming up short. That kind of works out in the Flyers' favour in the sense that you're playing high-calibre opposition back-to-back. Yeah,
you certainly battle hard and a very physical London Lions team, and this team will be very similar, very aggressive, in your face, high-pressure defence. So that game they'll take something out of that, and they'll know about Coach Kapoulis, who have done his scouting report, and he'll know that type of tempo they'll look to play. So yeah, playing London will certainly help in their challenge tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, just looking at some of the names in this Voluntari side, they are a very big side. They're a very physical side. It's quite interesting to see. We've often praised the Flyers in years gone by about their work rate on the boards. This will be a tough test if they want to impose themselves on rebounds tonight.
It is, yeah. They've got a very physical, very talented team. I mean, you look at the players. Solomon Young is a 6'8" guy, American player, averaging 18 points a game. They'll certainly need to be aware of him. He'll be top of the scouting report tonight for Voluntari. But yeah, they'll have to be more physical, I think, than they were against London Friday night.
Yeah, they've got last year's ENBL Finals MVP Mike Caffey as well in the starting 5 for the host this evening. We're just north of the capital, Bucharest. As I mentioned, the Flyers 2 from 2 on the road in Europe. They lost both the home games though, so sitting just outside that top 16 at the moment. And a chance as we move into kind of the second half of the European stretch of games that the Flyers can just get themselves solidified in that top 16 as we head towards the playoff picture. Voluntari sitting in 4th. They've only been defeated once in Europe. In fact, they haven't been beaten at all at home all season, which just really shows the threat and the challenge ahead of the Flyers tonight. And they've been dominant in their domestic campaign as well, sitting in the top 4. There are your referees this evening. Alan Ford is your crew chief, Stefan Stefanov and Mate Stratea. Two clubs with similar stories, actually, both part of a wider sports ownership founded in the same year. Pretty meteoric rise for both as well up the leagues, and in recent years maybe Voluntari have just crept ahead of the Flyers, a little bit more pedigree in Europe. You mentioned their win in a second place. Well, they've got three domestic cup titles to their name and a league runner-up as well. But quite similar statures tonight. Flyers, of course, backed by an excellent travelling support as well that have gone out to Romania. And a final chance now for Coach Kapoulis just to reiterate a few messages to his players. Tilly, what do you think his main message is this evening?
Yeah, I think the physicality of the game is going to be key. Make it a 5-on-5 game. Really try and push the pace and almost don't let them dominate the play. Try and impose yourself onto Voluntari, and being physical. Again, I mentioned that, but trying to win that rebound battle, fight for every ball, and just try and disrupt them. They're at home, they're going to be more comfortable, so just try and disrupt them, get them out of the rhythm, and try and put a little bit of pressure on the home team.
Yeah, Voluntari come into this one in good form with 3 wins in their last 5 in all competitions. So they've only lost 1 in the ENBL. That was a tight 181-77. They came up short against Valmiera. Apart from that, victories over Feilingen, Alkar, Kapfenberg and Groningen so far this campaign. They've kept a couple of players from last year's double winning side who won both the Romanian Cup and the ENBL title. It is a change of coach though this year for Voluntari. Dan Yohan steps up from the assistant role. Last year's head coach Einar Bogackis has departed to Śląsk Wrocław in Poland. But a very similar style of play and a similar message adopted by his successor. All set for tip-off here in the just over 1,000-seater Sala Gabriela Sabo, named after the former Romanian Olympic runner. And here we go. Flyers win the early tip. Joe Anderson finds Zach Anderson. Now Joachim. Back out to Zach Anderson. First three-pointer is up and off the rim, no good. Rebound is straight to the Flyers. Anderson thought about having another go. Good movement this from the Flyers early. Joachim puts one up from deep and that's good. And the Flyers strike first.
Yeah, good hustle from Joachim, getting that offensive board, able to recycle, get a second opportunity. Joachim knocks down that three, and that's the sort of start the Flyers wanted to get off to.
Flyers starting five is Joe Anderson, Will Joachim, Cam Holden, Zach Anderson and Darnell Brodie on the floor as we have our first foul of the evening. Will be Sekar Anim who goes to the line. Shoots just shy of 70% in the Romanian league from the free throw line, so a huge surprise that he's missed his first there. Second is good though, and Voluntari are on the board. Holden looking for a lane and has his shot blocked. Will be Flyers ball. But just an early sign there of the height and the physicality from Voluntari.
Yeah, Barrow making his presence felt there with the big block, and I think a few words for Cam Holden as well, just to make sure the Flyers know that he's in and around the bucket, protecting the hoop.
Yeah, Mohamed Barrow, the Senegalese, 6'8" of him there, up to make that block. Oh, a little bit of a miscommunication from the inbound, and away go Voluntari. A great defensive hustle. Will be a foul, but prevents the highlight play.
Yeah, smart play from Joachim, tracking back on defense, not afraid to challenge in and around the basket, and certainly stopped a certain two for Barrow, but Barrow getting it done on both ends of the floor, getting that block and then running it in transition. He'll be on the line for a pair.
Makes his first. Misses his second though. Voluntari get the rebound. Here's Caffey. Dangerous player he is, Mike Caffey. Step back jumper is good. And last year's ENBL Finals MVP, showing his capability.
Yeah, nice step back from Caffey, being physical, able to get that bit of separation.
Space here for Holden from deep. No good. Rebound goes to Solomon Young. Here's Young again. Backing down his man into the paint. Just creates enough separation and Voluntari extend their lead.
And there's that physicality as well. Young just backing down, got to the spot where he wanted to knock down that mid-range jumper.
Joe Anderson. Lovely little, just mid-range there, just to create just enough space. It's been a good tempo from the Flyers going forward so far. Just struggling a little bit on defence with the physicality shown by the hosts. Another foul given up. And in back at the line then to shoot two.
Yeah, Bristol Flyers, 3 pretty quick fouls for them in this quarter. Voluntari yet to foul. Bristol might be in a bit of foul trouble in this quarter, with 3 so far.
This time Anim makes no mistake from the line. Knocks down both. Here's Holden driving up the floor for the Flyers. Now Brody off the glass and in.
Yeah, strong move from Brody, just using his forearm to create a bit of space. That's a difficult finish.
Caffey trying to dictate tempo for Voluntari. Back to him from Anim. Thought about the mid-range jumper. Well, sits Cam Holden on the deck and knocks it down. Flyers looking to respond. Zach Anderson. Joe Anderson into Brody. Now out to Holden. Holden's pass is read though, and away go Voluntari. Caffey with the easy two.
Very active on defence, just cutting off those passing lanes. That's another one picked off, leads to an easy fast break score for Voluntari.
Finally, a foul goes the way of the Bristol Flyers. Good drive from Zach Anderson. And he'll go to the line for two. Knocks his first down. Makes both. Cuts it back to a one-possession game. And in for Voluntari. Here's Joe Anderson. Anderson gets a bit of space, shoots the three, whistle's already gone.
Del Pesh in the action, in for Brody. That'll be sideline ball, no end-line ball.
Foul called on the floor, here's Holden. Into Del Pesh. Zach Anderson. Step back three. Lovely from Anderson.
Good signs getting Anderson knocking down those threes early. He's a player that can score in bunches. Good to get his confidence going from behind the arc.
Voluntari look to respond with a triple of their own. Knocked down by Solomon Young. And this one's up to a really quick tempo. Another mid-range for the Flyers, and the scoring continues here in Romania.
Yeah, nice little give and go off of Del Pesh and Anderson. Anderson again with that nice mid-range jump shot. Zach Anderson on 5 points for the Bristol Flyers. Young, I'm in 5 for Voluntari.
Caffey. Has a go from distance, that'll come up short, although Voluntari managed to get the ball. Smart thinking there as well.
Yeah, Joachim almost matched those, almost able to save that one. He deliberately thrown off of him to get that out of bounds, play back for Voluntari, but nearly saved it from going out.
Caffey with the inbound ball. And the shot is up and the shot is good from Anim, who has started this one on fire.
A lot of mid-range twos in this game. You don't see it all that often. You sort of send players going to the basket or shooting those threes, but a lot of pull-ups in that mid-range game.
It's good ball movement from the Flyers. The triple from Zach Anderson. And at the minute, this is a real ding-dong affair. Caffey through the lane at the other end. And finally, we're going to have a break in the action and everyone can just catch their breaths. This is really high-level offensive play from both teams at the start of this one.
Yeah, it's been a really offensive-minded battle, isn't it? Sort of both teams trading buckets, some great individual plays, some good physicality, some really great mid-range jump shots as well. But Coach Kapoulis just calling time.
It doesn't matter in transition. You can always looking for your matchup. You got to sprint back, and we're going to shrink the floor. Too easy. It's happened a few times. You're going to get stopped down there. Hey, on offense, the movement is good. They're trying to deny the point guard. You can play off the big and get into our flow straight away. Hey, right now, pairs five, get into flow and just play. Offensively, keep it moving. Let's get the look, steal the pressure. We need to get stops. Let's go.
Really good to have the benefit of that microphone there, just to hear what Coach Kapoulis is saying. You can see him. He's just demanding a little bit more energy in transition. And the message is pretty clear for the Flyers.
Yeah, and defensively, just saying, it's been too easy for them to get scores, so he just tighten up on that defensive end, make it more difficult. And as you kind of heard, yeah, kind of the offensive set, trying to get in their sets really quickly, looking to attack the basket. I'm sure both teams defensively want to step it up a little bit. It's been, both teams are getting the looks that they're after, so they'll just try and look to disrupt each other.
Out of the break then, what have the Flyers got? Joe Anderson. Now Zach Anderson. Holden. Into Delpesh. Back to Cam Holden. Holden over the head of Delpesh and out of bounds.
Yeah, way too aggressive there. The idea was there, but yeah, the execution on the pass, way too hard for Delpesh. Trail into the basket.
Caffey going the other way for Voluntari. And him over the head of Barrow, but recovered. Neither of the first two go though for Voluntari. Now a battle on the floor, and it will be a jump ball. Voluntari get the decision. Ahmed Barrow it was, showing good hustle, not giving up on the play. Milos Dugalic is in for the Flyers. Barrett hands it off to Anim, and now Caffey. A focal point for this Voluntari side. Little crossover, goes all the way to the glass, and a lovely finish.
Yeah, right on the shot clock as well. Able to find that bit of space, get into the basket.
Flyers find space going the other way and respond with an easy bucket of their own.
Yeah, Delpesh really enjoying his basketball at the moment. Some of the best basketball I've seen Marcus Delpesh play in years gone by, but full of confidence, attacking the basket, playing some good defense.
Caffey looking for that screen to create some room for him. There's the room for the triple, and at the minute, Caffey is really running the show for Voluntari.
On the shot clock buzzer again, back to back. Flyers unlucky, seconds away. Sloppy pass.
Turned over here by the Flyers, and Voluntari quick in transition, and another 2 for Anim. And all of a sudden, this tight game is just starting to slip away in this first quarter for the Flyers. Voluntari out to a 9-point lead now. Anderson for 3. Oh, in and out. Unlucky. Holden not giving up on this, and he's done really well there, I think, Cam Holden.
Yeah, just Delpesh and Holden almost chasing after the same ball.
A few likely faces in the middle of that picture there.
If you want to know where Joel is, there he is. Made the trip over to Romania today.
I've been promised he's not having a holiday. He is working. I'm sure him and Sam are getting plenty of behind-the-scenes content for the next Flyers pod as well. Triple from Brown, who just come into the game, and that's a good start by him.
Yeah, instant impact off the bench, JB.
Young getting to the basket, drawing the foul. McCormack it was.
Yeah, plenty of contact on the arm. And Young will go to the line. 6 points for him so far in this game.
First one is good. From a man who shoots about 70% from the line in the Romanian league. He misses his second. 7-point game at the moment. Brown. Delpesh sets the screen. Brown trying to feed it to Delpesh through the legs. It's come off a foot. Bit of rotation for Voluntari. Cody Justice is in. Jordan Watson out there as well. It's good movement from the Flyers, but a big block from Alexandru Ola, another of those who've just come off the bench.
Yeah, 6'11", Ola, and that wingspan as well. Just hanging that big paw out there to knock it away.
Oh, that breaks for Voluntari now. 2-on-1 fast break. The alley-oop. A little bit too ambitious in the end, and now it's the Flyers' turn to run the floor. Holden looks for the man out wide, and the Flyers knock down the fast break 3.
Yeah, got away one there, didn't they? The Flyers went for the big play off the alley-oop, didn't get it to go, and Flyers come back and answer with a 3 with Duglic in the corner.
Voluntari looking for a triple. That was from way downtown from Justice, no good. Holden draws the foul.
Yeah, Cam Holden there just throwing the ball up there, so here's a shooting foul. I doubt he'll get it. I think it'll be sideline, but like the thought process there, yeah.
Oh, he's not going to get it. 4-point game then with 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Brown finds some space for the 2. Jonathan Brown has found a hot hand off the bench for the Flyers.
Yeah, 5 points for JB. Only a couple of minutes on court.
Shot clock turned off then. Final 10 seconds of the first quarter. Voluntari find the pass through, and another shooting foul.
Yeah, really well executed pick and roll from Voluntari. And that'll be 2 shots. Flyers in the penalty, but shooting foul there. But yeah, nice little pass over the head. And Young will go to the line. 7 points for him, 1 rebound.
Yeah, rebounds have been his big strength. He's 10th in all of the ENBL for rebounds so far this season, averages just shy of 9 per game. Big step up from his domestic stats, where he's averaging 5.4.
Bit of full court pressure now.
Flyers with 6 seconds to work. Holden slips but recovers. Have a go from half court. That's going to end up short. Voluntari then with the underhand. And that also ends up short. And that's the end of the first then. It's Voluntari 31. Bristol Flyers 27 in a really high scorer. We're certainly not short on entertainment here in Romania. And Tilly, after that first, I imagine the message from Coach Kapoulis is offensively everything's going very well, we just need to tighten a little bit up on defence.
Yeah, I think that'll be the message for both coaches. I think one of the biggest disappointing stat line for Coach Kapoulis will be the turnovers, 5 turnovers.
Voluntariului, care încearcă să țină departe și iar Holden forțează pătrunderea Holden forțează.
Welcome back then to Romania. A little bit of local commentary as well. But as you were saying, Tilly, turnovers the issue in that first quarter for the Flyers.
Yeah, five turnovers, and off the turnovers, Voluntari scored 5 points, but both teams shooting the ball exceptionally well behind the arc. 5 of 9 for the Flyers, 55%, 2 of 4 for Voluntari, 50% for them. So yeah, certainly a shooter's gym, I think, tonight. But defensively, I think that's going to be where this game's going to be won. The rebounding battle's really close. Flyers edging that one, 7 rebounds to 6. So very tight, but Flyers with big impact off the bench. 10 points off the bench for the Flyers.
Dugulic has contributed to those bench points. Dolphy's into the game. Brown with the handoff to Dugulic, and the Flyers start the second as they ended the first, really. And that lead, which had crept out to 9, is now back down to 2. Watson into Ola. Can't get it to go, and now the Flyers with a fast break. Dugulic this time looking to turn provider. And Dolphy on the rebound. Dugulic thought about the 3 from the corner. Instead gets into the paint up against Ola. Got a lot of frame to try and get over, and he's done well to draw a foul.
Yeah, managed to get a bit of contact there. Actually, sort of just pivoting around. It almost could look like a bit of a travel, but I think, yeah, clever move. Hit blindsided Ola, and he'll take a trip to the bench.
Bit of a perplexed look on the face of Alexander Ola as Dugulic goes to the line, misses his first.
Five points for Dugulic. That's 6.
Now up to 6, and the Flyers are back within 1. Young. Solomon Young again here. Oh, lovely little turn. Flyers had a sniff then of a turnover. Instead, it's Voluntari who find the space for the jumper.
Yeah, Young did really well there, didn't he? Just kept his composure, able to find the open player, who knocks down another mid-range jump shot.
Now Brown finds space for his own, and instead of going for the layup himself, he went to offload it. Foul on the floor there by McCormack.
Yeah, Watson reading that really well, picking off the pass and then leading the fast break. I think that'd be another turnover for the Bristol Flyers. Yeah, Voluntari, 12 points in the paint to Bristol 6. So really looking to push that ball inside, Voluntari.
Why not, with the considerable size in this Voluntari side? That's Cody Justice with another 2. Brown keeps it in. Dugalic now. Triple from Justice. No good. Flyers go the other way with Brown. McCormack. Back to Jonathan Brown. Gets the pass away, then Brody. Another mid-range jumper.
Need to bring these hoops back to Bristol, I think. Fantastic from both teams. Shooting a really high percentage in this game.
Going to be on for a big score if this continues for all 4 quarters. Shot clock running down here. 2-1, just away in time. No good this time, though, from the hosts. And then Brown, nice little step away, draws the foul.
Yeah, Bristol playing some really good defense now. You're just getting that bit more transition there, and yeah, no choice but to foul JB on the charge. And that'll be Voluntari's second foul of the quarter.
Caffey back into for Voluntari. They've just stepped off the gas since he's gone to the bench. Triple from McCormack was no good, although the Flyers get the rebound. And then Jonathan Brown lays it in, so second chance buckets for the Flyers help put them in front. That's Young off the glass. Voluntari retake the lead once again. Dugalic loses it, but it will be Flyers ball.
It's like Joe Anderson checking back in for the Flyers. And Zach Anderson back in as well. Yeah, JB, I think, checking out what an impact he's had coming off the bench.
Important those bench players get up to the speed of this one quickly, and Jonathan Brown certainly did that. Dugalic, another who's been involved pretty heavily. Zach Anderson with the 3, no good, but again the Flyers get the rebound. Brody unable to get it to go, though. Really good defense there. Strong defense from Barrow.
Yeah, Barrow again, that presence in and around the basket.
And the triple from Watson off the rim. And this feels like it's about the longest time in the game we've gone without a score. Zach Anderson draws the foul from Jordan Watson.
Yeah, really aggressive play there from Watson. I don't think he could completely miss the ball. But yeah, very heavy-handed on that foul.
It's about as blatant as you're going to get. Inline ball for the Flyers then. Brody through the legs. Joe Anderson. Brody sets the screen for him. Now Zach Anderson off the glass. No good. Here's Watson. Watson trying to go between 3. Won't go though, and here come the Flyers. Landolfi pulls up for 3. Unlucky, and again, second chance buckets. Not quite going, but the Flyers do get a foul.
Yeah, when Landolfi normally sets his feet like that, there's normally only one result, but There was rebounders in and around, so that was a good shot to take on the break. And Zach Anderson getting that offensive board. Now he'll go to the line after being fouled.
Yeah, shot over 30% from beyond the arc last season, Pasquale Landolfi. It looked for all money like he was going to drain that one. Instead, it's Zach Anderson at the line. And we apologise for a temporary loss in pictures from Romania.
Well, Zach Anderson, looking at the stats, made both free throws. Flyers are leading 38-37.
Puts the Flyers back in front, and they've come back really well in this second quarter. Once again, apologies for the temporary loss in pictures from our Romanian hosts. Back live now. And I'm sure Coach Kaboulis is a lot happier with what he's seeing from his side, who are leading this second quarter 11-6.
Get JB back into the game. Landolfi checking out.
Watson. Foul called on the floor.
Barrow getting really good position under the basket there. McCormack trying to get around. Had to foul him. And that'll be end-line ball.
Zach Anderson's into double digits for the Flyers now. Here's Caffey. He's leading the scoring with 11. And him. Through the legs, and then the deep three just before the shot clock, was it? No.
So I think, yeah, the 24-second shot clock had gone, so it's a dead ball.
Holden to dictate things for the Flyers. Now Zach Anderson. Joe Anderson back to Zach. It's inside, pops it outside to Joe Anderson. His triple's no good. Good hustle on defense from the Flyers to get back quickly. Ball movement from Voluntari is good, though. They found space for the triple in the corner. Won't go, and another foul on the floor, this time going against Delpeche. Push on Barrows left him on the deck. Justice fakes the three, finds the lane, and lays it in for an easy two.
Yeah, beautiful shot fake from Justice. Made it really easy for himself selling that fake. Baseline drive to the basket.
Brown back in for the Flyers. Finds Holden, who looks to do the same thing. I think he might have just put his foot on the line.
Yeah, tried to do the same thing to Justice down the other end. Almost identical. Unfortunately, Cam Holden judged to have taken a bit of a walk. Travel called.
One-point ball game as Caffey drives to the line and lays in. Gets the call as well for an and one. Really dynamic player, Mike Caffey, and leading the scoring charts again so far this evening.
14 points for Caffey in this first half. Slowed up a little bit offensively in the game in general, just 11 points apiece. in this quarter. 3 minutes to go.
A bit sloppy from the Flyers, but they keep hold of it. Zach Anderson. Outside to Dugalic. Thought about the quick three, instead looks to work against Justice, and the Flyers calling for a goaltend there.
Of course, we can review it as well. If the coach doesn't like the call, they might be able to review it.
Call from the referees is that it wasn't one. We've obviously got the benefit of this replay.
It looked like it was on the way up. Looking at that replay there. So there's a stop in play here. I'm not sure if they're talking about the review or whether we're...
Will be Dugalic who goes to the line. Doesn't look like Coach Kapoulis has elected to challenge, so Dugalic will shoot two.
Yeah, 9 points for Dugalic in this game. Great board from Darnell Brody.
Brody trying to work between two. A little bit unlucky there. Now a fast break with Caffey. Pops it outside. It's Justice. Step back. Oh, what a shot that is. Really tough look from Cody Justice. Brody, good pass inside, but a big block to deny Dugalic initially, but he won't be denied a second time.
Dugalic having himself a game today for the Bristol Flyers, getting it done, going to the basket, some really nice footwork, getting the offensive rebound. And I think that's 11 points for Dugalic in this game off the bench.
Yeah, it's 20 off the bench in total for the Flyers, comfortably outscoring Voluntari's bench 20-9.
I gotta talk very easy baskets. Everything is because they push the ball and we are not.
Timeout here in Voluntari. And just before we cut to that break, you heard Voluntari head coach Dan Yohan just talking about easy baskets. Just seems that the scoring pace has just dropped a little bit from both teams in this second quarter.
Certainly Flyers in terms of turnovers have managed to kind of reduce that amount of turnovers in that first quarter, which is taking one of the main scoring threats away that they had in that first quarter, turning those turnovers into points.
2 minutes 20 remaining in the first half, and Dugalic getting his hand in the way of that. He's been everywhere since he's come off the bench.
Yeah, he's leading point scoring for the Flyers, 11 points, 3 rebounds as well, 2 assists.
Flyers retreat now from the full court press. And him. Justice. Another tough look for 3. Back to back from Cody Justice.
He's certainly feeling it. That's catch and show, no thought process whatsoever. Called it straight up.
A little bit sloppy at the other end from the Flyers. Voluntari's lead is back out to 7. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Caffey.
Just the shooting, just shy of 42% from three-point line in the ENBL competition this year, so he'll certainly be one to just keep a check on. Flyers will need to be aware of him. He's got very hot at the moment.
There's a triple of the Flyers own from Joe Anderson, but that's no good. Caffey with an ambitious lob. Picked off, and now the Flyers go the other way. That's a good pass out to Holden. Just slows it down, waits for support. Joe Anderson. Zach Anderson, Holden again. Given too much space in the corner, Cam Holden. You can't leave him that open.
Yeah, he got plenty of time there to get his shot off. And that brings it to a 4-point game, just under a minute to go in this first half now.
Big chance for one of these two teams to get a bit of momentum going into the half. Here's Caffey. Oh, lovely fake. Mid-range jumper. Off the rim, off the glass and in. Voluntari break 50.
Coach Kapoulis burning his last time out of the half.
The mic's coming the Flyers' way. Let's see if we can listen in and hear what Coach has to say.
JB, you're rebounding, you're coming off. They're playing this one, the big is open, and they come and get the handoff straight away. Hey, we're going to go a quick one here. We're going to roll Iverson 4 for Zach, okay? Yeah. Iverson 4 for Zach. So you want to go to your left, right? So Brody set the first screen, Zach the second one. Okay, let's get Milos, you're going through to the outside. Okay, Zach, you screen for Brody, do circling, and then we go to that step up.
Cut away from that to a few highlights from this first half. And it's been a really all-action affair here in Romania. High tempo from both sides. Some brilliant scoring on display. A lot of mid-range jumpers. Things just started to quieten down a little bit as we head towards the half. And let's see if the play that Coach K has drawn up will yield a positive result for the Flyers here.
Yeah, certainly sounded like he wanted a quick action, a quick score off of this inbound play.
Brown to drive it upfield.
Well, it looks like Voluntari stepping back into a zone.
Zach Anderson with the three. Unlucky. No good. And now Voluntari with about 4 seconds differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Caffey will take his time here. Just run it down. Caffey now driving to the lane, puts it up and over Brody.
And that's 18 points now for Caffey.
Oh, and then given away and right on the buzzer, laid in. Following the steal by Solomon Young and a quick double blow at the end of the half from Voluntari.
And it's those sort of small mistakes that really can add up. Just a careless turnover off the inbound. And Young reading it really well, just picking off a big hand right underneath the hoop for two.
And that means at half-time here it is CSO Voluntari 54, Bristol Flyers 44. The Flyers facing their first double-digit deficit of the game then. We're going to take a break here over the half-time interval and then we'll be back for all the second half action.
Thatcher's Farm. Slightly obsessed perfectionists making cider with nothing but love. As you do. I mean, why grow 8 varieties of apple when you can grow 458? The Apple Spa. Because happy apples make better cider, obviously. Here comes the man himself, Martin Thatcher. Friday, 12:30, tasting time. It needs to hit the spot or not a drop will leave the farm. Yes! And that's why Thatcher's cider tastes the way it does. Perfect.
What will tonight have in store? It's Bristol Flyers versus Donna in the European North Basketball League. And the opening tip is won by the Flyers, and they will get this first possession
we see that over the years, Joel, where Coach Chris likes to go into the big man early, try and put Lingard under a bit of pressure defensively, looking to use the size of Brody to muscle down Lingard and get those looks inside.
Extra backing down on Cam Holden, gets it to go, and straight away, Donna establishing the big man early. Anderson. Zach Anderson, ball knocked inside to Cam Holden. Holden backing down in the post, hook shot is good, and Bristol Flyers, their first 2 rebound falls to Lingard. Miller to the basket, high off the glass, bobbles around and gets the drop. Here's Malik Miller. Jaldama knocks it down, tough shot by Erikstra. Jaldama. Lingard, oh, nice pass. Miller finishes off the assist by Lingard. U14 for the Flyers. Ball out to Zach Anderson, fakes the 3, drives inside, pulls up for a mid-range 2. Can't get it to go. Here's Miller going coast to coast. Nice pass into, oh my goodness, what a finish. Erikstra gets it to go through contact. Taylor now finds Lingard. Here's Erikstra, kicks it out to Luke. Shot clock down to 6. Lingard rolling to the basket, nice pass. And Lingard with the soft finger roll. Holden looking inside for Brody with the two-handed hammer.
Brody.
Back down to a 5-point game. Here come Donna the other way. They can't get it to go. Brown has it stolen away. Here Luke now fires up, able to capitalise with the pull-up jump shot. Holden. Brody looking for it inside. Joachim on the wing, drives baseline. Joachim, skip pass. Holden now in the corner. Good ball movement from the Flyers. Shot clock is at 5. Brown with a step back 3 ball on the way. Splashes it from downtown. And the ball movement was clicking on that offense, and it resulted in the JB3.
Yeah, absolutely, Joe. It was kind of, you feel they couldn't get that in the first quarter. The ball wasn't moving around. It was very much one-on-one, which we're not used to seeing with this Flyers team, but the ball moved much better.
Lingard with a 3 at the other end.
7-footer showing his range, as said, 40% from behind the arc this season, so you certainly can't leave him alone with an open look.
Joachim in the corner, and that is a good look.
That is a good look
from Will Joachim.
It was the right play, but just badly executed with the pass, and that's a good pass.
Nice pass, and Darnell Brody, thank you very much, throws it down. And Darnell Brody really finding his feet in this game. Couple of back-to-back dunks in this second quarter. Once with 2 hands for safety, and then a little bit of extra space, so how about 1 hand instead?
Just get a nice, easy, sensible pass out and take the pressure off.
Here's Miller for 3, knocks it down. And the 3s keep coming. Joe Anderson. Swings to Zach Anderson, now Duglic has it on the wing. Pulls up deep 2 ball, knocks it down, foot on the line. Taylor, step back 3 ball, knocks it down. Nosek with the hook shot, can't get it to go. Brody with the rebound. Anderson, back to Brown. Brown puts it on the floor. Jonathan Brown with the lefty finish, incredible. Let's have another look at this one then. JB going baseline, you are cleared for takeoff.
So quick to elevate. Drove baseline, rose up, of course. Remember the dunk on Saturday.
Nice pass at the other end. Here's Joachim now, shot clock down to 10. Brody calling for it inside. Here comes the double, ball out to Holden. Holden deep 3, Holden drains it. Ball into Erikstra. Miller back to Erikstra, puts it on the floor. Lingard for 3, rattles in from downtown. Miller. Anderson gets hands on it, into the hands of Luke though. Joachim tips it to Holden. Flyers in transition. Joachim to the basket. And it's great end-to-end stuff from Coach Kapoulis' side.
Hey, when defenses are tiring, he really exploits those gaps. He reads the game so well.
Three-pointer is short. Erikstrup just want to save it. Shot clock down to 7 though. Erikstrup again for 3. This time is good. Anderson puts it on the floor. Brown out. All about the 3. Delpesh has it inside. Count it and the foul. And Marcus Delpesh knocked to the floor. Didn't matter anyway. He'll get the line for a bonus.
And the bank is open. That was a heavy deposit off the bank that just throws it off the backboard, off the glass. Gets the and one.
Hove, not loose by Holden. Here comes Brown. Now to Delpesh with the two-handed hammer. The lead is down to 2. Timeout, Donna.
Great hands from Cam Holden. JB with the pass. And of course, Delpesh finishes with the jam. 23 and 21 respectively in the opening 2 quarters, so defensively really stepping up for the Flyers.
Hove now finds Miller going baseline, can't get it to go. There's Lingard on the follow, count it and 1. Joachim fakes the 3, drives baseline, Euro step layup, Will Joachim time. Taylor. Oh, nice pass. Beautiful dime, and it's finished. Reverse layup. Well, Flyers, they haven't taken a lead in this game. Donner have led from start to finish. Here's Anderson for 3. Anderson strings it for 3.
Into the defender, and you can't do that.
Oh, it's stolen by Erikstrup. Going coast to coast. Erikstrup to the basket. Reverse layup is good. Anderson into a double team. Skip pass. Anderson for 3 is short. The Flyers, their 3-point struggles continue in this game, but it's stolen by Holden.
Big play. Cam Holden with a steal and jam.
Luke, Erikstrup, guarded by Anderson. Here's Taylor now. Erikstrup has it in the post. Double team comes. Nice pass inside. Flyers caught napping on defense. Anderson feeds to Zach Anderson. Will Joachim driving baseline. Will Joachim to the basket. Thought about it and got the drop. Miller. Screen. Comes from Taylor. Taylor backing down Joachim. Tough fadeaway jumper. Splashes it. Incredible.
Such a clutch time of the game as well.
17 turnovers for Donner. 20 turnovers for the Flyers. Anderson open for 3. Anderson drains the 3. And Bristol Flyers, their first lead of the game with under 3 minutes to go.
Anderson's warming up nicely. That's a couple of 3s for him now.
Ball into Lingard. Lingard off the glass, gets it to go. And just like that, Donner snatched the lead right back.
That's a smart play.
Anderson swings to Zach Anderson. Now ball into Brody. Brody looking to go to work on Lingard. Darnell Brody fakes it, puts it up. What a move! Brody gets it to go off the glass. Taylor, guarded by Joachim. Shot clock down to 6. Tough fade away. Oh my goodness! Taylor knocks it down. Now Cam Holden, top to Joe Anderson. Shot clock down to 6. Anderson to Holden. Holden back to Joe Anderson. Joe Anderson for 3. Joe Anderson drains the 3.
Wow. Joe Anderson can hit the barn door, but he's come up with a massive 3-pointer, clutch time. Joe Anderson, 2-point lead for the Flyers.
And just when the Flyers needed it most, he comes up with a big, big 3-pointer.
Yeah. So they'll need to run through a play that they're familiar with.
6.4 left in the game. Here's Luke for 3 for the win. Oh my goodness! Austin Luke knocks it down. He breaks Bristol Flyers' hearts. Donner on top by 1. Timeout Flyers.
Yeah, still 2.2 seconds left. And that's a big shot though, away from home, making that 3.
Holden to put it in. Got to get it in here. Ball into Anderson. Ball slips out of his hands, and that will do it. Miscommunication on the pass proves costly. Donner Groningen hold on for the win. They led the majority of the way, and they come out on top by 1. 70 points to 69 over the Bristol Flyers.
Super League basketball is leveling up British youths. This isn't just a league, it's a movement you can feel and see in the stands. From the first tip to the final buzzer, the story is written. Every drive, every shot, and every moment. Rivalries run deeper, games hit harder. One pass, one dunk, everything can shift. Legacies aren't given here, they're earned. New stories are ready, and new champions are coming. Season 2 is here. Stand tall for British basketball.
Welcome back to Romania here on Flyers TV. At the half, the Flyers trail CSO Voluntari 54-44. It's the biggest margin of lead for either side all game, in fact. Flyers have been helped out by a lot of points off the bench this evening. Duglic in particular with 11. But it's the hosts who lead, largely thanks to 18 points from Mike Caffey and 12 from Solomon Young. 10 off the bench from Cody Justice as well, including 2 really tough looks for 3 before the break. And just a little bit of a momentum shift against the Flyers, Tilly, right before the half. All of a sudden, a 6-point lead went out to 10. Yeah,
and I think that'll be something that Coach Capilis will talk about, turnovers. Voluntari definitely more careful with the ball. Just 2 turnovers for them, 10 for the Bristol Flyers, and at vital times of the game as well. I just saw that right at the end, that turnover to stretch it to a double-digit lead, but still Flyers shooting the ball well, 37% from behind the arc, 48% field goal, winning the rebound battle. So there's lots of good things happening for the Bristol Flyers. Just need to tidy up, try not to give those turnovers away, and Voluntari have cashed in 12 points off a turnover. So if you can tidy that up a little bit and just sort of slow that down, it might help them get back into the game.
I mentioned off air about how well Voluntari shoot the ball. Their numbers all year are really high. They lead the Romanian league in 3-point percentage, shooting over 40%. Just shy of 58% from 2-point range as well. So if the Flyers are going to get back into this, they're going to have to continue their scoring levels from the first half. They need to find a way to just to quell the attacking threat posed by the hosts. Good ball movement here from Voluntari. They find the room for the 3 and immediately hit the Flyers with a triple at the start of the second half.
Yeah, perfect stop for Voluntari. Good ball movement, hitting the 3 on the buzzer.
Here's Holden for the Flyers, working against his man off the rim. No good. Here comes Caffey. Voluntari this time go inside. Holden nearly stealing that one away.
Yeah, well read from Cam Holden, stepping across, getting hands on the ball, able to tap it down.
Go to Caffey. Pulls up from deep. Won't go. Foul goes against the Flyers though.
Yeah, Delpesh holding. And McCormack comes in for a quick sub for Delpesh.
Flyers need a stop. Voluntari out to a 13-point lead. McCormack. Defensive work for him to do. Here's Caffey. Drives inside, then pops it outside. Another 3, this time won't go for Voluntari. They will eventually get the rebound though. Again, it won't go at the first attempt, it will at the second. Solomon Young lays in 2.
And that's 10 points off the second chance for Voluntari.
Really crashing those offensive boards in this one. Joe Anderson. Zach Anderson. Not too much space to work with. Pops it out to Joe Anderson, who got it off in time, but it won't drop. And now Voluntari have space going the other way. And jammed home by Mohamed Barrow.
Yeah, great start for Voluntari in this second half, all over the Bristol Flyers, both ends of the floor, turning defense to offense. Quick timeout for Coach Kapoulas.
Slow start for the Flyers out of the half break, and you can see the frustration on Coach K's face.
Yeah, 7 points. Voluntari, 7-0 run in this third quarter. Really stretching that lead now. And Coach Kapoulas, I'm sure, will have a few choice words to try and get back into this game. But yeah, Voluntari was stepping up the defensive effort in this third quarter.
Chest, okay? We're gonna go. Zach, you're gonna set it. Cam, you're gonna kill. Zach, you're coming up on top. Will, back screen for him, okay? And then we have straight away the handoff to the ball screen. On the ball screen with Thole, he's looking for the pick and pop. He's getting the corner, Cam, back door. Is that clear? Let's get a great space out of it. Let's get going.
That's the plan from Coach K then. Out of the timeout. Sure, he wouldn't have wanted to burn a timeout so quickly at the start of the half. Forced to do so by tempo and the speed at which Voluntari have attacked this second half. All guns blazing, and considerable work for the Flyers to do to cut this deficit. 17 points behind. Here's McCormack, who has a look, shoots a three, too good to turn down. Nothing's dropping at the minute for the Flyers. Gone cold at the wrong time. That'll help though. Get a steal. Yoakum draws the foul.
Stop from Yoakum to get his hands in the lane, pick that one off, and yeah, just sort of running across there, the defender. He takes a heavy tumble.
Now Holden. Anderson to Holden, who drives towards lane and will get the call.
You can hear Coach Kapoulas there, just screaming foul from the sidelines there. Managed to persuade the referee though, maybe a little bit of a late call, but yeah, Holden just drawing that contact, protecting the ball, and he'll go to the line.
You could also hear Coach K just screaming, move the ball. I just think he wants a little bit more tempo from his Flyers side at the moment.
Yeah, sometimes it's so easy to get drawn into the one-on-one actions, trying to kind of take it on you, that responsibility on yourself, but you got to move the defense, shift it around.
Holden misses both, and that sums up the Flyers' start to this second half, really. Nothing going. Caffey looking to create separation. Still pops it outside. Three's no good. Mark Anderson on the rebound. He goes between the legs, tries to do too much, and now a 2-on-1 here for Voluntari, and a foul called against Owen McCormack.
Again, we see that defense into offense, quick on the attack, and then with the break and the opportunity to add to Voluntari's total at the line. But Flyers remain scoreless in this third quarter. Voluntari on 7.
It's 15 unanswered points now for Voluntari. A game that was 4 points is now out to 19. A lot of work for the Flyers to do to cut this deficit. Here's Yoakum. Hasn't seen too much action. Inside to Holden. That's a nice pass from McCormack.
Yeah, lovely spot from McCormack with Holden and baseline.
It's the Flyers on the board and just stops the run. And they get a defensive stop here. No, they don't. It's Voluntari's hot hand at the start of this second half continues. Sekar and him with the three. Joe Anderson thought about responding with a quick three, instead goes inside to McCormack, who wanted the contact and the call. Caffey outside. Fake then inside. It's really good movement from Voluntari, and the Flyers are really struggling defensively at the moment.
Yeah, complete control of that offense, just making those extra passes, finding the man wide open underneath the basket, really controlled. And Coach Kapulis having to use his second time out in fairly quick succession.
And we go from there. Keep your head, stay locked in. Let's make a little run. Like when we have a switch like clock situation, okay, and we have a cross match here, we can change it. But like definitely not low clock, and we're going to say on offense, we just run one action and we're going to back it and layer. We're going to run our offense. We're going to trust our offense. Okay, we're going to.
Run our offense, trust our offense is the call from Coach K. At the minute, the Flyers certainly aren't trusting their offense, and they're struggling defensively as well. Voluntari have been really hot at the start of this third period. Outscoring the Flyers 14-2 in this period so far. Brown, who was so good off the bench in that first half. That's good movement from the Flyers. McCormack with an open look, and that's better. Much needed bucket.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, Coach Kapulis trusting the offense, moving that ball around, getting people touches on the ball. And McCormack wide open for that three.
Flyers captain needs to just drag his team up towards their normal level here.
JB with the foul.
And him. Offensive foul called, and that'll give the Flyers a little bit of a boost defensively.
Yeah, one play at a time, try and get a stop. Just try and chip away at this lead. Flyers certainly showed they could compete with this team in the first half. Voluntari have come out to a strong start in this third.
Only four cleaned where Holden went down. Sideline ball rather than baseline. McCormack to inbound. HK is animated as ever. Here's Jonathan Brown. Jack Anderson to Holden. Out to McCormack, lovely pass, and in from Zach Anderson. And now the Flyers are just starting to find their groove again.
Yeah, McCormack with another lovely bounce pass into Anderson this time.
Caffey decides to pull up from deep, and there's not a lot you can do to stop that.
Yeah, That's a big shot from Caffey. You just felt Flyers were gaining a little bit of momentum, and Caffey with the steal.
Here come Voluntari again. This time it's laid in by Anim, and back-to-back plays from Caffey. All of a sudden, that brief bit of momentum that the Flyers had is halted.
Caffey's personal total to 21 now.
3 from McCormack, no good. Caffey again. This time, it won't go from him from deep. Ball out to Joachim, will get there. Joachim will pull up in the corner and hits a triple. It's only his second shot of the game, in fact. Well, Joachim, both from beyond the arc. He's made both of them. Caffey with the lead at 20 for Voluntari. Oh, it's a lovely take and a lovely finish from Mohamed Barrow, who rocks the rim for the second time this evening.
Such a presence inside, got the ball right exactly where we want it, just drop step and finishes with the slam.
Anderson drawing the reach in. Yeah, opting for a bit of rotation.
Just saw the reach there coming in. And Duglic looks like he's checking back in. Darnell Brodie into the game.
Watson back in for Voluntari. Here's Brown. Dish to Brodie. He misses his first effort but gets his own rebound. Couldn't find the pass outside though.
Voluntari made that very difficult for Brodie. I think it's 3 or 4 on Brodie as soon as he grabbed that offensive board.
Oh, lovely bounce pass from Cody Justice. Easy finish for Alexandru Ola. Joachim. Brodie to Brown. Bit of a hopeful ball over the top, picked off by Voluntari. Ola. Polyak. Inside to Ola, who's got a bit of a mismatch here up against Brown, who defended that pretty well. Joachim running the floor. Pass into Duglic. Got to get around the big Alexandru Ola, which he does really well.
Duglic, 13 points for him. Good footwork.
Really good work off the bench from him tonight. Rebound goes to Voluntari. Watson. Escapes from the baseline. Pops it out to Justice, who's committed the foul. Joachim taking the charge. Andolfi coming back in for the Flyers. Duglic. Brown. JB again for the Flyers. Nice ball to the corner. Up goes the 3 and down goes the 3.
Bristol Flyers almost looking to play 5 out there, certainly spreading the floor. And Joachim hits another 3.
Joachim just starting to heat up a little bit for the Flyers. Need to find a stop though. Boyak's in and out, and now the Flyers look to run the floor quickly. Good footwork and handling from Dugalic. That's a brilliant score.
Yeah, Dugalic having an outstanding game for the Bristol Flyers. Best game this season, 15 points for him.
Another steal from the Flyers. The heave from half court's no good, but a positive end to a disappointing third from the Flyers. They trail at the end of 3, 77-60. But at one stage in that third quarter, it looked like Voluntari were going to run away with things.
Yeah, Bristol Flyers did really well to rally back in that second period of that third quarter. Voluntari had a hot start on a 7-0 run. But Flyers able to get 16 back and restrict Voluntari just to 23 in that quarter. So showing a bit of fighting spirit there, but still 17 points behind going into the fourth.
Number 3 then. A really tough ask for the Flyers here to overturn a 17-point deficit in the fourth. Back and just looking at a couple of highlight plays from Mohamed Barrow. Really entertaining game this has been, you have to say. More entertaining if you've been a Voluntari fan, though. Well, the Flyers have had some lovely plays of their own. Bit of creativity from Owen McCormack in that third with a couple of nice assists. And now with 10 minutes to go, Flyers need to climb a mountain to get back into this. Voluntari with a 77-60 lead with 10 to play. Brown. Brody. Here's Dugalic, who's been excellent all evening. Dugalic off the glass and in, everything he touches goes.
Continues that great form, 17 points now for Dugalic. Just looks so comfortable out there. I always felt in the commentary, I felt there was more to come from Dugalic, and just showing tonight what he can do against very good opposition.
Come unlucky not to get a steal there. And then the long reach of Alexandru Ola pays off for Voluntari. Oh, and giveaway from Brown. It's a bit needless. I'm trying to get back defensively. Can't stop the score though from Watson.
Yeah, that's more points off of turnovers for the Flyers. 16 now, 16 turnovers.
Another triple goes. Well, he can't miss at the minute, Dugalic.
He is playing very, very well. 20 points now for Dugalic.
Jordan Watson responding again for Voluntari. Everything the Flyers throw at them, they've managed to come back with something equal. Dugalic inside this time to Brody. Back to Brody from Landolfi. Brody backing down against Ola. Tough ask, he'll get the rebound though. Keeps hold of it. Landolfi. Into Brody, now Joachim. Spin move, lays it in off the glass.
Tough adjustment in the air from Joachim. Bit of contact, it's a good finish. And a rare turnover from Voluntari.
An error from Cody Justice. Takes a seat on the bench. Brown. Dugalic. Joachim. He hands it off to Brown, who'll shoot from deep. Pinpoint from JB. Flyers back within 13.
Yeah, within this quarter, 10 points to 6. They'll have to get it down to single digits.
Foul called here. Voluntari will go to the line. It's been a strong start in 3 minutes of this fourth from the Flyers. At the line for the first time tonight. Makes his first. And his second, taking him up to 8 points for the evening. Brown. Waits for the screen. Drives inside and then just loses the ball. Another unforced error for the Flyers. That's good defense from Brody. Stood strong. Now Brown. Quick three from JB. Knocks it down again.
And that is a big three in transition. And Voluntari now looking to call time as Flyers edging closer to make it a single-digit game. Really rallied back strong in this fourth quarter. 13 points to 8. And JB with a massive pull-up three.
Oh, we go fight down again. Yeah, fight down again. Go. Let me get this. Let's go. Use the foul. No, we go fight down. What's it? Fast and handoff. No.
Here we go then. 6 minutes to go. Flyers trail by 12. They're building a bit of momentum here in the fourth. Jordan. Oh, nearly a turnover.
5 seconds on the shot clock. Voluntari. Good defense of Bristol Flyers. Get to get a stop here.
Watson just trying to force it. Finds an easy pass though. Open look. Doesn't go though for Cody Justice. Already hands off to Joe Anderson. Dugalic. Justice has gone down.
It's an offensive foul called. It just seemed like a bit of a clash, didn't it? A bit of running into each other, but
Like it coming together, but
it's Voluntari's ball. break. 20 points for Duglic, 4 rebounds.
Big night for him off the bench. Watson. And the 3 from Justice. No good. McCormack. Joe Anderson. A lot of room to work with. Good movement though from the Flyers to get it inside. And he draws the foul from Mohamed Barrow. Aggressive at both ends of the court tonight. No Barrow, just a little bit too much there. Here's Anderson. Now JB looking for another. This time it won't go.
That was a good look. Bristol Flyers shooting the ball well from behind the arc, 44% up until that effort.
Nice ball out from Jordan Watson, but Voluntari don't make the most of it. Joachim going the other way. Joe Anderson. Joachim decides to take it himself and goes right between two.
Strong move from Joachim, choosing that Euro step there. He finishes, he tends to hang around, adjusts in the air. Got that hang time to able to move the ball. And that's 10 points now.
Joachim in double digits tonight now. One who's just coming to the party now in the 4th. Jordan Watson puts it up right on the shot clock. And the foul's called.
I think Brody thought the shot clock had gone maybe and just held the ball, and the Voluntari player would try to steal it off of him.
A little bit lucky there. Simon Young it was, trying to win that ball back quickly for Voluntari.
Duglic checking straight back into the game, just a quick rest for him.
Over 18 minutes already for him in this one. Joe Anderson. Duglic. Tries to get it inside to Brody. Aggressive defense once again from Mo Barrow.
His second personal foul. 3 minutes 54 to go in this one. 10-point game. The Flyers leading this quarter 15 points to 8. So continuing on that momentum from that sort of end of that third quarter to rally back. The Voluntari up by 20 plus in that third quarter.
Inbound to Brody. Joe Anderson. Anderson waiting for the screen from Brody. Took a deflection off a boot.
And that'll be a fresh 14 seconds on the shot clock for the kick ball.
.43 left on the game clock. Flyers now trail by 10. Joe Anderson pops it outside, space in the corner for the 3. And now the Flyers have it back to single digits.
Man, Joachim's made that spot his own tonight, isn't he? That corner 3. And that makes it a lot more interesting now coming in. 3 minutes 25 to go.
Flyers fans making some noise now. Caffey. Turnaround jumper, won't go. Flyers get hold of the rebound.
Yeah, that's a good stop. We'll take those sorts of shots from Caffey. A turnaround jumper. Important point in the game.
Joe Anderson. Less than 3 minutes to go. Anderson with for 3. No good. Duglic won't be able to get the rebound. There's a big stop needed here from the Flyers. Barrow hands it off to Anim. Oh, and McCormack coming down from behind. For a moment then thought he had a clean block.
Yeah, looked close, didn't it? Such a important call there. Just changed direction, just coming from behind McCormack. And Voluntari 80% from the free throw line in this game.
Goes down a little bit after that and a miss.
Dried up in this fourth quarter for Voluntari, just 8 points so far. That 9.
They've got most of their starters back on court at the minute now, though. All of the starting 5 out there for Voluntari. Well, that's an unfortunate slip at the wrong time. And again, and this time he lays that in clean. It's back out to 10.
Yeah, that's a big play. Coming off again off the turnover. Driving full length of the court. It's a tidy finish. McCormack chasing back. Andreas Kapoulas calling a timeout. 2 minutes 13 to go.
We're gonna play. We're running this. Okay, we're running it from Will. We're screening away from Will. Okay, so we're gonna go here. Will, you're gonna curl it. Let's look for him if it's open. Okay, JB, you're right there. Okay, Zach, you're flying off. We hit Zach. We hit O. Okay, JB, set the back screen. Head hand. That's the first one.
A couple more highlights then from this fourth quarter. And Will Yoakum has all of a sudden joined the party. 15 points for him now tonight, 6 from 7 from the field.
Like one possession at a time. Get a great look. Let's get a stop.
I think he's going to be the Flyers' first port of call if they can find a clean look from him from this play here. Time is against the Flyers now, though, with just over 2 minutes to play. Anderson. McCormack. Foul off the ball.
Offensive foul, yeah. Not sure who that was on. Number 9.
Not sure if we'll see it from, well, we certainly won't see it from that angle.
The foul was on JB with the offensive foul.
Again, just key moments going against the Flyers at the wrong time. Caffey inside. Young over the top of Zach Anderson. Here's JB. Flyers need big points and quickly now.
And count it.
That'll certainly help. From another player who's had a really good evening off the bench.
40 points. Bristol Flyers off the bench tonight. Duglic and Jonathan Brown. Big impact.
And one won't go though for JB. It remains 10 points the difference. Whistle's gone here.
Bit of a confusion here.
Zach Anderson not happy with something. I think a foul's been called against him. Andreas Kapoulis looks a little bit perplexed.
Just very, just a bit of a tap off the ball there. And that'll send Voluntari to the line because Flyers are in foul trouble.
Solomon Young drains them both, and it's back out to 12. Joe Anderson. Oh, pass is well read by Young, and Young will go the distance here. Joe Anderson the other way for Flyers, and foul's called before another big block from Solomon Young, who in the space of a minute is having impact at both ends of the court.
Yeah, I'd hate to look at the stats again, but from the free throw line, it has been a bit of trouble for the Bristol Flyers this year. Just 54% from the free throw line in this game as well. So London struggled from the line, 6 of 11 so far in this game. Good news for the Flyers, that's 7 for 12.
Yeah, Joe Anderson taking his first trip to the line. Quiet evening for him. That takes him up to 6 points now. One of the few Flyers players who hasn't got the hot hand from beyond the arc this evening, Joe Anderson. He's 0 for 4. Attempted threes. Voluntari just looking to run a little bit of clock now. There's Caffey, they'll use all of their 24 seconds. Caffey finds an easy look eventually and just lays it in.
He just wove around the Flyers defense, just opened up for him at the right time, and able to get the layup.
Takes him up to 23. Quick catch and shoot there from McCormack. Cuts it back to 11. It's not going to be enough for the Flyers as Voluntari continue to run this down through Caffey. Top scorer this evening. Another deep three from Cody Justice. He had a couple in the first half. Nails that from distance as well. To bring Voluntari up to 99. Last play of the game, then a heave from distance is no good from JB. And the Flyers, despite a valiant effort on the road here in Romania, come up short against the reigning ENBL champions, who secure their playoff place with a 99-85 win at home. They turn this place into a fortress this season. The Flyers, it was always going to be a tough ask to do something that nobody else had done. Come here and win, and maybe barring a few turnover issues, Tilly, they were right in this game.
Yeah, they were very competitive, and they were in it. Just a bit of a wobble in that beginning of that third quarter really set them back. But you know, I think you nailed the nail on the head there with the turnovers. 20 turnovers and 26 points coming off of those as well. That'll be something I'm sure Coach Kapoulis will talk about. But overall, they won the rebounding battle, more assists, so statistically we're there or thereabouts, but you can just see it there, 20 turnovers to 7. That probably is the big difference maker in this game.
Yeah, always a tough ask when you're giving the ball away that many times. And for all the talk of Voluntari's good shooting, Flyers 13 from 30 from beyond the arc. They had the hot hand for a long spell during that game, boosted by plenty of points off the bench, but not quite to be for the Flyers this evening. Next in action then, at home to the Caledonia Gladiators in the SLB. That's this Friday, 7:30 tip at the SGS Wise. And of course, the next European game for the Flyers is when Fighting Lions make a trip to the SGS on Wednesday, the 7th of January. That's an 8 o'clock tip in the ENBL. Flyers then this evening dropped to a 2-3 record in Europe. Voluntari extends to 5-1 and secure their place in the postseason yet again as they look to defend their crown. And you can see from a couple of the highlight plays, particularly from Caffey, who led the scoring charts. Solomon Young as well with a few big plays. So much talent out there. Mo Barrow with a couple of slams. They're going to be a tough prospect for anyone to come up against and dethrone in the ENBL this season. But the Flyers can take real heart from the fact that they've gone toe-to-toe. First London Lions last week and now the ENBL Champions tonight. It is now 4 defeats in a row for the Flyers, and as much as good performances, albeit positive for Andreas Kapoulis, I'm sure at some point he'd like to break the rot and just get a win in the column.
Yeah, certainly. It's been it's a tough away game. As you said, 2 and 3 now in ENBL, but it's all about this experience for the players and the coach. But yeah, you're right. I think there'll be a point now where you want to be competitive and start kind of trying to get into those playoff spots and give yourself an opportunity to progress in the competition.
Still plenty of time for Flyers to turn things around, get into that top 16 to advance to the next stage in Europe. JB, a really good evening off the bench. Bench points certainly a factor in the Flyers' evening, but Cody Justice with a couple of big triples at the end of both halves, and in the end just too much for the Flyers to overcome this evening. They've fallen here in Voluntari to the champions of the ENBL. It's finished here 99-85.